In a small, peaceful village surrounded by mountains, there lived a curious boy named Covey. One day, burdened by the unfairness he saw in the world, he went to visit a wise monk who meditated near an ancient temple. As Covey approached, he found the monk sitting under a grand banyan tree. The boy sat beside him and asked, "Master, if God is real, why doesn't he show himself? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why does he remain hidden?" The monk opened his eyes, smiled gently, and said, "Let me tell you a story. Once, there was a village caught in a terrible flood. The river overflowed, and the waters swept away homes, fields, and animals. In the chaos, a man climbed to the roof of his house to escape the rising water. Desperate, he cried out to God, 'Save me.'" The boy listened intently as the monk continued. Soon, a villager passed by in a small boat and called out, "Come aboard, I'll take you to safety." But the man shook his head, saying, "No, I'm waiting for God to save me." The boat left. Later, as the water reached his knees, a rescue team arrived with a larger boat. They begged the man to get in, but again he refused, saying, "God will save me." The rescuers left, bewildered. Finally, as the water rose to his chest, a helicopter hovered above. The pilot dropped a rope and shouted, "Grab on." But the man shouted back, "God will save me." The helicopter left, and the man drowned. The monk's voice softened. When the man reached heaven, he angrily confronted God. "Why didn't you save me?" he demanded. God replied, "I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter. What more did you expect?" The boy couldn't help but chuckle at the story, but his question remained. "What does that mean, Master? How does it answer my question about God being hidden?" The monk gestured to the sky. "Covey, God's presence isn't always dramatic. Sometimes, he works through the small, simple acts of people and nature. The boats, the rescuers, the helicopter, these were all his hands in action. But the man couldn't see it because he expected something extraordinary." He continued, "In life, when we face challenges, we cry out to God for help. But instead of expecting miracles, we must open our eyes to the little things, the kindness of strangers, the opportunities we receive, or even the strength within us to keep going. These are all signs of his presence." Covey looked thoughtful. "So, Master, even when life feels unfair, it's possible God is helping in ways we don't notice?" The monk nodded. "Exactly. Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's not there. Trust the process, and look closely. God often works in the quiet, unseen corners of our lives." The monk pointed to the horizon where the sun was setting. "Covey, tell me, can you see the wind?" Covey shook his head. "No, Master, but I can feel it." The monk smiled. "That's how God works, like the wind. Invisible, but present. When you see a flower bloom, a bird soar, or feel the courage to face a storm, that is his silent hand. Life may not always make sense, but if you trust and keep moving, you'll realize he's guiding you all along." Covey smiled, his heart lighter. He bowed deeply to the monk, feeling that, perhaps, God had sent the monk to answer his questions. The message for you is that God's presence isn't always obvious. Sometimes, it's in the small things, a helping hand, an unexpected opportunity, or even your own resilience. Open your heart, and you'll see his hand guiding you through life. Subscribe to this channel for many more uplifting motivational talk.